What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are doing week 2 catch-up of the Rare Challenge in Raid Shadow Legends. This is where myself and Never created brand new accounts in Raid Shadow Legends with the goal of completing as much content as possible with only using rare champions. So we'll jump over into the call and we'll see how each person did in this week's challenge. Okay, so we're here on Never's account first. Luke, how have you got on this week with the challenge?
Honestly, I know we set the goal of progressing Dragon this week. I've not really done that.
Join the club.
Yeah, so I got to the Arbiter stage in the Arbiter missions where I had to fuse the Void Rare for Relic Keeper, Justicar, or whatever his name is.
Yep.
And I had 2 of the 4 already. I still to that point hadn't had a War Maiden.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I farmed War Maiden for War Maiden quite a lot before I pulled Dagger, obviously.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot you got Dagger because
Yeah,
War Maiden's kind of one of my core.
yeah. So War Maiden is obviously better than Dagger, but Dagger is also my decrease attack.
Yep.
So yeah, I was farming for War Maiden for about 2 days. So I hit that quest the night that we finished recording last.
Yep.
But then from there, I had to farm. Is it Avenger? What is it? No, this RARES.
Yeah. Okay.
And that took me 5 days.
Wow.
Every
Okay.
single
I've had
bit of
so
energy.
many of her.
Same until that point. So I took your advice, well, not your advice, but from you when you fed all your rares that you weren't using.
Yep.
I did the same,
Okay.
but
Cool.
I fed multiple of her in the process.
Oh, nice. So you've actually got 3 6-stars now.
Yes. So this wasn't intentional. Apothecary wasn't going to be 6-starred yet.
Okay.
But because I farmed campaign for a week straight,
Yep.
I had the food to do it.
Okay. Cool.
And also got his masteries. So
Nice.
I now have 3 fully mastered levels. Wow, nearly level 60.
That is some nice progress. I mean, what are we on? Day
17.
Day 17, is it? Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was like day 15, but yeah, that's I mean that's some pretty good progress for 2 weeks in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I'm quite impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you steamrolled me basically in the first week. I feel like I've caught up a bit, at least in terms of like player level. I mean, we'll have a look at my account in a minute. Considering I think you were like 10 levels above me on at the end of the first week.
Gone up. I think I've gone up 3 since last week.
Yeah,
maybe 4.
I mean, we've definitely taken a slightly different route this week. Okay. But yeah, so what's your main focus been, I guess, this week?
So I wanted to get to. I don't know. I don't know why I'm focusing on these missions. The stuff you get from them is quite
You want to
nice.
get that Arbiter to feed.
I do want an Arbiter chicken, I won't lie. Yeah. But in general, like the rewards from this, like you're getting 5-star epic gear, you're getting energy constantly, and it's doing things you would be doing to progress your account anyway. As much as the end result isn't going to benefit me, the stuff that I'm doing for it is. As much the potion missions are driving me insane because
the time locking on them more.
It's not that I don't want superior potions; they're useless to me.
Right, got you. Yep, true.
But yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I just want to get through it to get the rewards as much as I can. I have been farming like the last today, really, and yesterday. I've done some Dragon 13 farming just to get some gear, and my Harris specs got a bit of improvement. He's now
what's his speed?
235.
Wow, that is fast.
Yeah, he's coming along, and I managed to get my Apothecary into lifesteal, and Cold Heart as well, actually.
Yep.
Into lifesteal. Not amazing stats, but
out of interest, how did you get on with the clan versus clan?
My clan won.
Yep.
We got 3 accessories.
Cool.
But then the next day, I was the most active person in that clan. I got kicked. I was like 10,000 points above anybody.
Feels bad.
I woke up in the next morning to get my rewards, and it wasn't there. And I looked in my mailbox, and there was my rewards. I should probably claim them before.
Oh man.
My accessories were in the mailbox, and I was like, wait, what? And I went to do clan boss, and I was out of my clan. So I joined a new clan.
Yep.
They seem all right, I guess.
How are you getting on Clan Boss, out of interest?
Clan boss, I am. Do I have a key? No, I just did my keys. So I'm really easily two keying hard.
Wow,
Um,
okay.
I am literally about 100k damage away from being at the threshold to 4 key brutal.
So
Um,
I've not even tried hard. I've basically been
okay.
hitting easy and normal.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
so
go
I
through
one key
my
both of those,
progress
obviously.
separately.
Um,
But
but yeah, I genuinely think with obviously a couple of days of dragon farming, I could probably get to the point where I'm gonna 5-star Harrispec soon.
yep.
Um, but at the same time, I don't know if I am because he like just said I was. He's in my arena team, obviously, and currently in my dungeon teams. But I feel like Mother Superior for the additional attack down and healing
Yep.
might be a better fifth for clan boss and dungeons.
Makes sense.
Um, although I would lose the revive for dungeons.
Have you pulled anyone new this week?
I can't remember
Is
if
the
I had a
is
pistol.
the Mother Superior new?
Mother Superior is new, actually. Yes.
Yeah, she's a big pull.
Yeah. She's quite a meme, obviously, because you can buy her for a fiver at the start. Um,
Yeah, but we didn't. So
yeah, but she's actually, I mean, she's got a speed and all battles aura. She's really not bad.
yeah,
Um, like, I mean, it's just an additional single target heal and then continuous heals.
yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, dagger isn't 100% place decrease attack, so I feel like having that security of a second might be beneficial.
Hmm.
And obviously, especially as we move up the clan bosses, having the speed aura might be better than having a HP aura.
Yep. And have you moved into Doom Tower at all?
Yes.
I'm glad you're not like steamrolling me on
I
Doom Tower
haven't
because
tried this since last time I tried this. I only had Kale at 60, so
oh, okay, yeah,
maybe I can get through a little bit more now.
yeah.
Since having 2 more 6-stars.
I find in Doom Tower like the first wave when everyone's got everything off cooldown, you're fine,
Yeah.
and then you hit the second wave and it's just like
Oh,
yikes.
I remember why I failed this because when I only had 160, these are tools. Every time you crit them, counter attack,
Yeah,
and most of my champions have crit rate.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
look at that Trunda damage.
yeah,
Ugh.
it's where the Kale and Apothecary can do it. Really,
Yeah. I don't know. Your Kale's taking a kick in here, but
he is.
if he gets his A3 off, then maybe. Oh, he's just got
Oh, he shouldn't have used
oh
that. I should be
oh, you're
manually
in
really
trouble now.
stunned on both. Killed.
Oh, it's scary to watch.
I think, like, genuinely, I probably could clear. Like, if I was to manual, I could
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
get through
sure.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Doom Tower as well. Whilst you're so early on, it's basically a have to manual it because,
Yeah,
as I said, I was getting through like the first wave, and then it was getting to the point where, I had no choice but to manual. And I'll be honest, I haven't pushed Doom Tower at all.
yeah,
But I've just played around in it slightly, and I just noticed that the first wave seems to be fine. The second wave, you just get annihilated.
yeah,
And that's where going into the whole manualing it rather than just sitting on auto is
yeah.
a little bit of a learning curve for me, especially because I'm so used to just autoing almost everything on my main.
If I had a Seer, I would be too.
Um,
But yeah, I'm starting to look at things that I could be building up. Like this guy here is an ally protection,
Yep.
and a big ally protection as well on everybody.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is kind of cool. Obviously, in terms of CC, I've been looking at these two because if I could get my hands on a stun set, Abyss was awesome for it.
Yep.
Also heals, which is cool. And Executioner is obviously AoE turn meter control and single target stuns. So I've been playing around with the idea of starting to level other things as opposed to just sticking with the 5 that I've been running. And obviously starting to stockpile, not really stockpile. I 6-starred Apothecary yesterday, so
Yeah.
but I'm working towards getting food back again.
Awesome. Okay, so Arena, have you moved up in Arena at all?
Yeah, I'm in Silver 4,
Okay,
which
cool.
happened overnight.
Yep.
I did. I mean, how's my
On the
defense?
way to gold, nice. And what level's your Great Hall at?
It's getting somewhere, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just farming to take that up to level 3.
Yeah, makes sense.
Other than that, I don't really know what else I've done, honestly.
I mean, the thing is, at this point in the game, it is just kind of just grinding out those level 60 champions.
Yeah.
So it's, I unfortunately, the next couple of weeks or so until we actually get a team established, it's going to be very much the same of, we're just grinding food.
Yeah.
But overall, are you still enjoying?
Oh, loving it.
Yeah.
I really am, and I can't wait until I've got the gear to really utilize
Hmm.
the team. Like now, I'm literally probably this week. I expect my auto clicker will be on Dragon 13 all week,
Nice.
just to try and as much as my gear is coming along.
You're
Well, maybe
giving
even,
away your game plan here. I like it.
yeah, exactly. But,
Yeah. Have you managed to get a neck accessory on your Kale? Because I know you didn't
yes,
at the time. Oh, a HP one. Okay.
it's better than nothing.
Because I remember last week that was one of the differences.
Yeah,
And what sort of stats is your Kale looking at the moment? Because I guess that's
he
really the
hasn't
champion that we can
changed.
directly compare.
He
Um,
actually hasn't had a single change other than that amulet.
Fair enough.
But in terms of progress, I did want to see how well I can do against this now. So I tried this before when I only had KO at 60, and I did it by the skin of my teeth.
So lucky
Um,
having the cold heart in here.
yeah. So I'm wondering now if I'm able to consistently farm Spider 10 so I can get 4 to 5 star accessories exclusively,
Yeah.
which would be huge. In which case, if I can, then I will put some energy this week into farming some accessories for my team.
Yeah.
Especially banners on my first 3.
Yeah, because they can be huge.
Yeah.
Especially getting the accuracy banner
Yeah,
on
see
somebody like Kale.
that's what it is, right? At the moment I'm obviously he's built in a standard build that all new players would put him in really, with some brain cells. Um but as I'm progressing through Dragon, I tried Dragon 14, it's weak affinity for Kale, but the biggest thing I was actually noticing was I was resisting a lot with him.
Yeah.
So having an accuracy banner, even if it's a 4 star, that's still like I can't remember, like 59 accuracy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that alone would be a jump to put me to like nearly 160 accuracy, which is perfect.
Yeah, that's a massive jump. So
yeah.
Do you think he can do this? Is the question.
Well, last time everybody died, but Kale still did it. So
okay,
I have hope.
poor Harry
It took,
Specs is getting a pounding right there.
yeah, it did take 4 minutes last time. So this already looks healthier, I think.
Yeah.
I expect apothecaries.
I think unless you get unlucky with a big heal going off, it looks
the heals will go off, I imagine.
Yeah, but I'm.
I'm killing the spiders, so it's not that
Yeah.
big. It could be bigger, I guess.
I haven't seen it actually go off. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm interested to see what the Heartseeker's hitting for.
Not much. It tickles. There you go. 91k.
I mean, that's decent.
Yeah. It's less than it was because I put her in lifesteal. She was in crit damage gloves before.
Okay.
But now she's in crit rate to. She didn't lose much crit damage. She lost maybe 20%.
Yep.
But obviously, it's quite a significant drop still.
Yeah, you've got this, no problem now.
Yeah, this will be fine. It's got 2 turns for its heal still. So yeah, I can now farm 4 to 5 star accessories quite comfortably.
And that's cut 2 minutes off your time just by adding 260s
Yeah.
to the mix there. So that's quite nice. It would have been perfect if you got the Kale crit damage.
Yeah, imagine that.
But yeah.
Well, now awesome. I know where my energy's going.
Okay, well, let's jump over to my account and we'll have a look around there. Okay, so we're on my account now. As you can see, I don't have anywhere near as many level 60s as you. Mainly actually because I'm still not 100% sure who I should be taking to 60 next.
Yeah, you've got a fair few 50s though, which is obviously...
Yes, yeah. So my core team is kind of you got Kale, Bogwalker, War Maiden, Hexweaver, and Spirit Host. That's kind of the 5-man team that I take to most things.
Bogwalker's new.
No, he's not. I pulled him right at the start.
Oh, what does he
Um,
do?
huh? What
What does
does
he
he
even do?
do?
Yeah.
So he's got decreased attack on his
Oh,
A1.
yeah.
He's got increased defense on his
And
A2.
AoE as well.
And he's got 30% chance to reflect damage when people get crit,
Okay.
which is quite nice.
Yeah.
He's a decent champion. However, um, I'm actually torn between taking him to 60 next,
Hmm.
and my Zephyr Sniper,
Okay.
who I've got in a stun set.
Oh, have you
Um,
found Finite about them?
I have specifically for the stun set.
Okay.
Um,
Not a bad speed either.
no, it's not awful. But to be honest, I kind of took what I could, and I can still roll
Hmm.
the boots up
Yeah.
if I want to push her speed up a bit there. But
Out of interest, what gloves are they? Are
she
they
is HP
HP stuff?
percent.
Okay, cool. I
Um,
just wondered if you managed to, like, if you forced it together with flat gear or what.
no, so if we have a quick look, so she's got a defense percentage chest,
Hmm.
HP percentage gloves, and then speed boots.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, so she's quite tanky. I mean, she's only 4-star at the moment. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm really liking having her as a part of the team because obviously she's got that AoE on the A1, but as well as that, she's got the continuous heal on all allies
Yeah.
on the A2. So if she's not stunning, she's protecting the team or keeping them
Yeah.
alive. And although I've got a couple of single target heals, um, survivability, because Kale is the only champion that I've managed to get in a decent set of lifesteal gear.
Yeah.
It's a bit tough when people are just getting beaten down through the wave. So actually having her as a part of my team's been pretty big so far.
Yeah.
I
Plus, obviously, she helps counter Kale's weak affinity. So,
Yeah, and as well as that though, the other thing I don't know if you noticed, I did actually pull
yeah, I
another
was about to
Kale.
say you've got two Kales.
Yeah, so
So,
so that was the other thing of maybe I should just run two Kales.
I, it wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't think.
Yeah, so I'm a bit torn. I'm very close to getting my next 60 in terms of with the food, but I just haven't
Yeah.
decided who I'm gonna do yet, and that's why I thought, I'll take my main team up to 50, mainly for clan boss because these five, sorry, are my clan boss team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we go to have a look here, so I'm level 42.
Hmm.
So I feel like I've done an all
You've
right job of
yeah,
catching you up.
you've been busy this week,
Yeah, well,
considering you have been busy.
yeah, I was gonna say that's the other thing that I have been exceptionally busy this week.
Yeah.
It's the end of month, so I have to do banking and things like that, and it's just been pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But my Great Hall is level 8.
Nice.
Sat in silver 3. I could
Hmm.
probably push up higher. So I think last week my spirit host was around 190 speed.
I think you were 195 or so, yeah.
Yeah, so I've pushed her up to 211,
Nice.
um, which has been quite useful, especially in arena.
Yeah.
And then I've got some decent. I won a tournament last
Yeah, I was
week.
gonna say, what did you
Um,
get from that?
Yeah, so I got some really nice gear to be honest. The Relentless set that I've got, and I've got it on my Hex Weaver at the moment.
Hmm.
Because it's really useful that she hits quite hard, and then she's got
Yeah.
the chance of the heal and stuff like that as well. Plus, she's got the crit rate buff at the moment. Obviously, not many of my champions are 100% crit rate.
Yeah.
So her placing the 30% crit rate, and plus the increased speed,
Yeah.
when partnered with Spirit Host, has been really useful
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
a really nice
Um,
combination.
yeah, so again, like maybe Hexweaver my next 60, but I just feel like Hexweaver and Spirit Host at this point, they work fine at level 50, as does
Yeah.
War Maiden, to be honest, because
But at the
War
same
Maiden's there
time,
to.
the thing you've
Um,
got to think about is when people are doing accounts, like new accounts, these champions, sure, they work great at 50, but that's because there's epics who can slot in and replace them
True,
eventually. We only have these.
true.
So realistically, you're not going to find a better defense down than War Maiden. War Maiden, she will be in your teams,
Yeah,
period.
yeah, you are right there.
Um, that's why Apothecary, I would have happily sat at 50, but because I'm realistic, I'm never going to replace him.
Yeah,
And the same with Dagger. Dagger will serve a spot in, like, even when the time comes, if I do level a War Maiden for defense down, Dagger is still going to give me turn meter control on the A1, neutral affinity. Um, so I think that's one of the big things we need to look past, the fact that we can
yeah.
invest in things that would normally sit at 50.
Yeah, I mean that's a very valid point. And you know, the other thing is I've also pulled some champions which also look quite interesting. So one of which was Life Taker. She had quite an interesting setup here. And the other one was Blood Mask that I was
Mhm.
looking at, who again looks pretty cool. And Mr. Lawkeeper, with the block
Mhm.
active skills on the
Yeah.
A1, the stun on the A2, and then the continuous heal and block debuffs on the A3.
Nice.
Again, another useful pull.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I did do, especially because we got the 2 times for Trunda, I finished both campaigns with the hope that I'm going to pull these and we're going to get some Trunda food. So while we're recording the video, let's pull these 2 shards and,
Good
and
luck on
see
Trunda.
what we
It's
get.
gonna hurt you because you don't have her on your main.
I know, I know. I would love to see it happen.
See, I fed a Skull Crusher from these.
Come on, let's get a Trunda. Ah,
Ah,
okay. Well, still, that's 2 4-star foods, so
yeah,
um, it gets me
can
that
never go
one
wrong.
step
And plus
closer.
1,000 points in the Summon Rush.
True. Look at that. We've got a
Yeah, it's
book,
awesome.
got some brews, and energy. We like energy at this point.
Yes,
Plus gems. I
that's.
mean, I'm running low on gems.
I feel
And
like you've burnt quite a lot of gems and energy this week.
I have,
Yeah.
I really have. Um, One thing that I did this week versus last week is I did start using auto clickers.
Hey, finally.
I had no choice.
Yeah.
Because to be able to keep up with you, it was just never going to happen if I didn't
Yeah.
start auto clicking. Because I'm just too busy. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
So it goes to show, like, it will help people realize that actually they are so useful.
yeah. So in terms of campaign, we're still just basically farming. Um, uh, Brutal campaign. That's basically where I've spent all week. In terms of Dragon, I think I pushed on to about the stage where you were at on Dragon, so I think I'm on
Mhm.
stage 13.
Nice.
Stage
What's your
14
time on
was
first?
rough. Oh, it's 2 minutes, 2 minutes, four
Mine's
seconds.
1:14, so not that massively different, really.
I mean, it's like half
I've,
the time,
yeah, but
but
I've got yeah, but
um,
1 and 2 minutes isn't very
no,
long.
true, true.
Bear in mind I've got 2 War Masters and a Giant Slayer.
Yeah, there is that. But yeah, I don't think I'm doing awfully in
No,
that.
you've caught up a lot, that's for sure.
Clan boss, as I said, I've only hit normal, and I do about 3 million ish, per key on normal. So
Mhm.
I'll start pushing up more, um, later on this week. But it was mainly my goal for this week was kind of closing the gap between the two of us.
Yeah.
I know you've kind of got that head start with the extra 60s, but I'm not far away from my second.
Yeah. The And
And
thing is as well, I think I've one of the biggest things for me and a big drive for me to farm those 60s was I pulled champions that were instantly seen as 60s to me.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas when there's
I
that
keep pulling my
hesitation of,
mystery shards just in hope that I get like an apothecary come
you know
through.
what, I keep pulling them just to
Um,
get a second to feed in front of you. But alas, I do not have two.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, awesome. So we'll wrap up the video there. Obviously, next week we will be doing another catch up. I'll be honest, I don't want to set any goals at this point because
Yeah.
we're kind of just farming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think that's smart.
something may happen in the week that we're like, okay, cool, this happened. But I guess over the next month or so, it's going to be getting those champions ready so that we can do things like build Doom Tower teams and stuff like that moving forward.
Yeah, I think until we're kind of both starting to progress onto properly hitting brutal campaign, um, and maybe getting to like stage 15, 16 on the dungeons,
Yeah,
it's just going to be building teams,
yeah,
and there's not going to be like for a start, we don't have the gear to do fun things with different champions. You're just going to see
no,
the same team moving forward in the same content
yeah.
week after week at the moment.
You're gonna see my
Um,
double KO coming soon.
yeah, that will honestly be really big for you.
Yeah.
Um, so
Um, but yeah.
congratulations, and I hate you.
Awesome.
No, honestly, that's awesome.
Right. Okay. Guys, thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and like the video, and we will see you next week. So there you have it, guys. There's the results from week 2. Obviously, we know that this challenge is going to take a long time for us to be able to get some real progress and start pushing the higher level content. But it is cool to see where we are at this point. If you do enjoy this challenge and you enjoy the content that we're putting out on the channel, please do make sure that you like and subscribe, because it helps us get out there on YouTube and spread the channel with the YouTube algorithm. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you later.